Hey, shalom, shalom. All right, but before I get started with this lesson, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. All right. Now in this lesson, I just want to go over the topic of the scattered Israelites. All right, because as we're going to read here in Deuteronomy 28:64, the Israelites have been scattered, all right, to the four corners of the earth amongst all the heathen nations as a punishment, all right, for disobeying the Heavenly Father. So let's get into it. Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. It reads, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people." Who is the thee? All right, the Israelites. Okay, so the Israelites, if you go into, if you really look into Deuteronomy 28 chapter, all right, you start at verse 15 all the way down. All right, those are going into the curses that will be put upon the Israelites for disobedience against the Heavenly Father. And hey, we here now. All right, we disobeyed the Heavenly Father. All right, we've been scattered to the four corners of the earth. So this is a curse that's been put upon our people by the Heavenly Father. Okay, so Deuteronomy 28:64, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood is stone." All right, so as a punishment, all right, for the Israelites, for us, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the punishment for disobedience, all right, one of the punishments would be us being scattered to the four corners of the earth amongst all the heathen nations. All right, and it's in those heathen nations would be serving other gods, all right, and be following after the heathenistic customs, all right, of the heathens. All right. And even today, we were once Gentiles. We were once in that heathen state of mind. Yeah, we're Israelites according to a lineage or according to the flesh, but our actions, of us worshiping what today, Jesus. Some brothers was into the church, probably calling on Islam, Buddha, all these other, religions out here. When we were in those things, we were in what you call a Gentile state. We were heathens. But we stopped becoming Gentiles. We stopped becoming heathens when we came back unto our heritage, all right, us being Israelites, all right, back to the law, statutes, and commandments, back to the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right. So let's get I just want to. It's like I kind of got off track there, but it's important to the lesson. Let's get Ezekiel, okay? Just going into the scattering. All right, and this is one thing that the Christians, they love to leave out. All right, because the Christians, they'll go in the New Testament, all right, and they'll see the word Gentile and they'll think it's the heathens. No, it's talking about the Israelites. Okay? Because what? The Gentiles were being called, it's like the Israelites were being called Gentiles. Why? Because they're following after the heathens' customs, worshiping their gods. All right? And it's due to that scattering. We've been scattered to the four corners of the earth. All right? And even, all right, if you go back into all right, the Apocrypha, all right, the first Maccabees, it goes into the forced Hellenization the Antiochus Epiphanes had put upon the Israelites. All right, where the Israelites, they couldn't worship, all right, they couldn't celebrate certain high holy days. All right, they were being forcibly Hellenized. It's either you follow our customs, the Greek customs, or be put to death. You had some who didn't want to bow down and they got put to death, and some who obeyed, all right, put off the Israelite way and put on the heathen way, and they were following after the heathen customs. All right, and then those people that were following after that heathen customs, they had kids, and they raised them up in the heathen customs, and their kids had kids, and they raised them up in the heathen customs, and so on and so forth. So you had Israelites who became estranged from the Israelite way, foreign from the Israelite way. All right, due to a scattering. All right, so let's get into it. Ezekiel 36 and verse 8. All right, well, not 8, it's like verse 19. Ezekiel 36 and verse 19. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way and according to their doings I judged them. And what was our doings? Disobedience. All right. Even though we were worshiping, all right, us as a people in whole, we were worshiping, all right, other gods in the homeland in Israel. And the Lord gave us this land, and we were, basically disobeying his laws, statutes, and commandments. So the Lord said, "You know what? I'm gonna scatter y'all. Y'all not gonna be in the land. You're not gonna keep the laws. You're not gonna be in the land." You see? So we were scattered amongst the heathen, all right, as a punishment. And it says, I'm gonna just read it again. It says, "And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries, according to their way and according to their doings. I judged them," right, for disobedience. 20, it says, and when they entered unto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name, when they said to them, These are the people of the Lord, and are gone forth out of this land. All right. So that was pretty much it. Just further pushing down that point of the Israelites. They've been scattered to the four corners of the earth amongst these heathen nations, following after the customs, man. All right, so those Israelites that's following after the custom of the heathen, they were the Gentiles. They're the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, foreign from the Israelite way, foreign from their heritage. All right, they were foreign from the promises. All right, let's get John 7. John 7:35. John 7:35. It reads, "Then said the Jews among themselves." All right. And who were the Jews? The Jews were the ones, the Israelites, that grew up keeping the laws. All right, that grew up, in their heritage, knowing that they're Israelites. All right, getting circumcised on the 8th day. All right, they grew up doing this. They were different from the Israelite foreigners, the Israelite Gentiles, who grew up keeping the heathen customs, foreign from the Israelite way. So let's read it. It says, "Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles?" And let's go into this word dispersed. In the Greek, it should be diaspora. Yep, there we go. Diaspora. All right. Outline of biblical usage: a scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. All right. So this diaspora only pertains to the Israelites. And this is further hammering down the point that the Israelites have been dispersed amongst these foreign nations, man, these heathen nations. All right. So the Jews were saying, will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles? So they were basically saying, will you go until the Israelite foreigners, are the Israelites, are the dispersed among the Gentiles, the Israelites who were dispersed amongst the heathen nation. This Gentiles here is talking about the heathens in this context. All right. So the dispersed Israelites among the Gentiles, the heathens. All right. And teach the Gentiles. All right. And this Gentiles here is talking about the Israelite foreigners, the Israelites. All right. Because we know that this word is only for the Israelites. All right. So the only ones being taught here are the Israelite foreigners. Okay. So let's read it again. And, the Jews are basically, talking amongst themselves. And after this, you have Yahweh Shai, well, before this, Salakia. So it says, and said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed, right? The dispersed, and we just went into it, of Israelites being scattered to these foreign, these heathen nations. So the dispersed or scattered Israelites among the Gentiles, the heathens. We just proved, all right, in Ezekiel, all right, 36, that the Israelites were scattered amongst the heathen nations, and also in Deuteronomy 28. And the Jews, they knew this. They knew that the Israelites been scattered amongst the heathen nations. That's why they said this. All right. It says, will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles to teach the Gentiles? Right. The Israelite foreigners. The Israelite foreigners. All right. To teach the Israelite foreigners. The Israelites. All right. Because this word is only for the Israelites. Okay. So let's get First Corinthians 12:2. All right, First Corinthians 12 and verse 2, it reads, ye know that ye were Gentiles. And how do you stop becoming a Gentile? All right. How do you stop becoming a Gentile? Because we know that the Israelite foreigners were the Israelites were being called Gentiles. All right. Why? Because what they were following after the heathen customs, they were following after their gods. Okay. So now how do you stop becoming a Gentile? Once you come back into your heritage, once you come back unto the you being an Israelite, coming back into the laws, or the knowledge of the promises, the names, all right, Yahweh, all right, all that is a part of stop. That's how you stop becoming a Gentile. So this is speaking in past tense. Ye know that ye were. That's the key word here. Ye were Gentiles. All right, and it says carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. All right. So Israel, we've been led unto these dumb idols through that scattering. We've been scattered to the four corners of the earth amongst these heathen nations, following after their customs. All right. That's all this is talking about. The Gentiles are referring to the Israelite foreigners, man, who've been scattered to the four corners of the earth, following after these heathen customs. All right. Who were estranged, all right, from their heritage. All right. From keeping the laws, the names, the promises, everything. Basically living as a heathen. Yeah, they were Israelites in the flesh, according to lineage, but what they were doing made them Gentiles, man, made them heathen because of their doings. All right. So that was pretty much it. Let's see. I was gonna get Psalms 106, but we don't got to get into that. I'm pretty sure I made the point. All right, the Israelites, they've been scattered. All right, to the four corners of the earth, and I said it many times. But it's important to hammer, hammer it in your head, so you can remember. And you have these Christians, they don't go into stuff like this. They don't go into history on how the Israelites have been scattered. They don't go into the book of First Maccabees, all right, and how it talks about the forced Hellenization of the Israelites by Antiochus Epiphanes, where they had to follow after the Greek customs, or else. They don't go into this history. They just go into 1 Corinthians 12:2. Oh, Gentiles. Oh, the heathen nations, the other nations. And then just leave it at that without going into no words, without going into no history. And they just think they can, that's it. Well, that's not very scholarly. You got to be a scholar in this thing. The Israelite, the Gentiles mostly, all right, in the New Testament, all right, the Gentiles, all right, for the most part, is talking about the Israelite foreigners who were foreign from the Israelite way, following after the heathen customs. So that was pretty much it. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. And with that, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Barakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. Shalom.